This is Inspiration Monday, and starting us off is Motivate. Of course, we've got so much more lined up for you, but the woman I'm going to be talking about today is a woman. When you hear her name, then the things that come to your mind is emotional wellness, renewal of mind, women, alabastron. That's just leakage right there. I'm talking about the great life coach Laimani Bidali. We're here to find out what space, what made her, what created that need for her to step into the gap and create a space for women to be able to speak and become better people. So how about we go find Laimani Bidali? I hope you've got your notebooks ready because this is about to explode. Hello. Goodness, you look good.
So do you. Look at you.
Your place is beautiful. Like, I'd like to work in a place like this.
Oh, come and work with them. Come join us.
There you go. I just got a new job. Are you ready to have a conversation with me?
Yes, I'm so ready.
Great. Where do we do this?
Let's go to the lounge.
Okay.
We have a lounge area.
Great. After you.
And I think we have a drink for you.
Great. I can't wait. Let's go grab it. Let's go grab it.
Oh, come on in.
Thank
Kindly,
you.
Karibu,
Thank
Karibu. This is
you.
our lounge.
God, it looks lovely.
Look, what does it say here?
Please keep door closed at all times.
Why? Because the women just want to come and just relax and just be in a space so they can just be themselves.
Yeah, we like to do that.
Yeah,
don't
the space
we?
of full self-expression.
So we're going to be doing that later on today.
Yeah.
But I have to, I love art. I actually do a segment called Artistic Tuesday, and
Okay.
this just calls to me.
Okay.
This is so beautiful.
The simple things. It's
Look at that, look at that.
I think it's like a gourd.
Oh,
A guinea
yeah,
fowl
it
made out of it.
is. It is
Yeah,
a
might-
little to sticks
I
here.
just
Just
it
to...
off the road. Yeah.
You picked it off the road.
Yeah, somewhere. Somewhere. I can't remember where. Yeah, but Karen,
Look at
welcome.
that. Oh my God,
Welcome,
this is
welcome,
so
welcome.
beautiful.
Can
Asante
you imagine
sana.
sisal fiber?
Just like that.
No, this is banana fiber.
This is banana fiber. This is banana fiber.
Yeah, welcome.
And thank you for the
Yeah.
juice.
You're welcome.
It looks really good.
Oh, cheers.
You look all bougie and
Cheers.
everything. Asante
I love the
sana.
convenience of this.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can move around.
Yes,
you
you
don't
can.
fear this. It's peeling or anything. Thank you so much for having us, Laimani.
Thank
I'm
you
actually
for
humbled.
having me
I
as
have heard
well.
so
in
many
your
things
show.
about you. Many
Good things?
Good things. Good
Okay,
things,
don't
good
scare
things.
me.
Good things.
Okay.
They call you. They give you different titles, but I don't know what title that you go by. When you look at Laimani, peke yako pale kwa ile ofisi, what title do you give yourself?
I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. Yeah, that's
Just that.
that's it.
Hey, basi unafaa kusikia
That's
majina
it.
kule nje. And you have such a beautiful name as well.
Thank
Laimani,
you.
what does it mean?
Of faith. It's Swahili.
It's
Imani.
Swahili?
Yeah, because Imani means faith.
Uh-huh.
La of.
No
Imani. And it
way.
sounds French.
No way.
I know.
Do you know, first of all, I was just telling a friend of mine that,
It
I'm
must
going to go
Masai.
talk to Laimani. Yeah. So I say, she. Laimani sounds like a, a
Dude,
guy foreign.
no way.
But yeah, it doesn't sound like of faith, but when it's so basic, Laimani.
Yes.
Of faith.
Yes.
Bidali.
Yes.
And Bidali?
Bidali is my surname.
Hiyo ni ukweli kwa
Hiyo
tu
ndio-
venye iko
hiyo-
haina.
hiyo haina matwist.
All right, so
Yeah.
life coach, you've created a space for women to be free, a space for women to be better. What was the need for you to do that? Why did you feel the need to stand in the gap?
Well, I looked at the different places or spaces that women went to when a woman was in dire straits, when a woman was going through challenges in her life. She would either run to church or she would go for a corporate program. And I realized that the corporate programs are fantastic be able to, for her professional development, but they weren't addressing her need for her personal growth and development. I looked at the church, it's great for our spiritual nourishment, but again, it doesn't address what are the real needs of this woman. Because when I go to church, there's a certain mask I wear because I want to come across in a certain way so I can be accepted there. So I looked and I said, we need to create a space where women can be able to be real and talk about their personal issues, but not just talk and lament and vent.
Okay.
Beyond that, are they growing? Are they equipped to be able to handle different life challenges? Are we equipping them just beyond the venting? Because I realized even for me, with my girlfriends, we used to just go sit somewhere, have drinks and lament. But after we lament, you feel so good, but we haven't sorted out anything.
It's true.
And there's no way forward. But you
True.
felt, oh, that was so deep, man. Let's do that tomorrow.
The problem of doing it tomorrow or the need for doing it tomorrow again is because you haven't sorted it.
You haven't sorted it, and you haven't sorted it, and you're not equipped at all to deal with anything. My greatest focus that women are equipped to live their life significantly, and significance is defined by the beholder. I don't know what significance is for Imikali or for the other woman. She has to decide that for herself, but I want her to be equipped to be able to live significantly.
Wow. Is it something that probably you went through, not understanding or knowing?
Everybody asks me that.
I need to know.
Come on.
It has to be like a calling,
I went
not
through
everybody.
an issue and then it said it.
Laimani, I think it starts from somewhere. Probably for you, I don't know, probably yes, probably not. But it has to have a source. It's a calling, Not everybody can do this. No, I wouldn't. Let's talk about. So you vent, and then I'm like, so what do you want to do?
Have a drink, yeah.
Yeah, have a drink. Do you want another one?
Yeah, it's a calling. For me, it was definitely a calling. It's not something that is sat and crafted so intellectually or whatever. But I started I used to do training programs for different organizations. And in 2001, I was running a leadership program, development program for women leaders. And it was at the time it was called the Norfolk Hotel. So they were having this program on leadership. I realized that the women were quite distracted, disinterested, what are these management files we can read? I mean, Tom Peters, we can find all that information if we wanted to. They looked like they wanted something more. So I told them, let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about what compromises a woman's self-esteem. Do you guys feel that as much as you're directors and CEOs and heads of departments, do you feel that you are adequate for the roles that you play? And they were like, no. Every day I occupy that seat, I'm always questioning myself.
That's so true. That is so true. And then the world does not see that.
The world doesn't see that. I mean, you just have to wear, as my friend calls it, the game face. You're like,
yes.
Yeah, then you show up. So so I said to them, okay, let's talk about what compromises the self-esteem of a woman. And that's where that conversation all started. And I saw women just take off their high heels. They were like, no, this is it. They were like, this is it. This is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Wow.
So we talked about work-life balance. We talked about what undermines their assertiveness in the workplace. So they're talking about real issues. There were soft issues, but there were the issues.
True.
They didn't need another conversation about how to build your CV or how to build your executive presence. Those they could download even from the internet. But how about myself, my inner self? What is holding me back from within? How do I see myself as a woman? What have I been through that I'm so afraid that if people discover, they treat me differently? And that really informed the work that now I do at Alabaster. Women think there's an ideal picture of who they should be. They want to be this perfect woman, perfect wife, perfect mother, perfect colleague, perfect girlfriend.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. Who has that model of Mwikali? Mwikali is Mwikali.
True.
Are you married yet?
Not yet.
Kenya, you have had. Kenya, you have had.
Not yet. Not yet.
Kenya has had you. So.
Not yet.
And she's blushing. Have you captured that?
I warned you before this interview began that I'm the host and you're the guest.
Okay, I'm the guest. So then you want this person to love you and to get to know you.
Yeah.
But only you can give him a tour of Mwikale.
Who you are.
You can't live for him to figure that out.
True.
So that's important. It's important for you to stop and say, who am I? And so that when I'm inviting somebody else into my life, I'm not always telling him drama. You don't even know me. You don't understand me. You do. You know me. You know you. Do you understand?
I totally get you.
Yeah.
What about the pressure of trying to, I think when people are sort of complete, like you've identified who you are and what you're all about and what you want. So when you get into sort of like a relationship, you will know. So what happens to the other person who hasn't figured themselves out and they're probably leaning towards doing the things that Laimani likes, Laimani prefers? What happens to that other person?
They'll race. they'll rise up to meet you. They will rise up to meet you. They'll raise their standards.
Okay.
Because whenever you're going somewhere, so you're going when you're going to a 5-star hotel, it's not the same way that you dress when you're going to a kiosk.
Itakuwa ngumu.
Itakuwa ngumu.
Yes.
You raise your game, don't you?
Yeah.
So when this person is coming into your life and they find that you're at a certain level, they will rise up to meet you. And
Absolutely.
if they don't, they're not for you.
Wow. That's important to note.
Yeah.
I think that was taking for myself. Note to self. Note to Mwikali.
Yeah.
Is that how Alabastron was born?
So it was, first I started with just creating, I didn't even have a name for it. I was calling it a thing.
A
thing. This thing that I want to do for women. So I called the women and told them, there's this thing I want us to do. It's a thing about us being able to find out who we are. But most women would be like, but I think I know myself. I say, why don't you come and confirm? Come and confirm. Okay? Yeah. So I met, the first session, I met 11 women.
Okay.
So with 11 women. But I had written a manual and I'd written a program for them for 12 weeks. Okay? Which we were refining with them. Every week I said to them, come open and come as a free person. Come with curiosity, the curiosity of a child, and just allow yourself to explore. So when they would come and we do that week by week. By the time we were done, they brought me 33 women. Because they said, this is what we needed.
Oh my God.
This is what we needed.
Yeah.
So the 33 brought 77 women. You know, so and from there, Alabastron has grown mainly by word of mouth. And then I realized that after a woman has known who am I, she needs something a little bit more. She needs to align her life to purpose. She needs to ask herself, what's my life about? Or what am I doing with my life? Yeah, which is not the same as what you do.
True.
That's not the same as...
introduce ourselves that
yeah, what do you do?
So, my name is Bidali and I'm a TV something.
Yeah, so
that's not
what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your life about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's now one of the other programs that we run. But the other program that I found with time that really is important, there are two I want to talk about here. One of them is a program on dealing with it's called love restoration.
Love restoration.
Love restoration. That is about helping a woman to prepare herself to love and to be loved.
Oh.
Because a lot of women don't know how to receive love.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they don't know. We've been so damaged, we've been so disappointed, we've been so, until we become cynical. Wow. Okay? So I would like that women unlearn that cynicism and they relearn how to love and how to be loved. And so that's one of the programs that we run. It's called the Love Restoration. It just helps women to come out from just self-defeating cycles in the place of love. Because you go through a cycle, you think you're making progress, you end up in the same mark again. Then you're like, what happened here? I thought I'd grown. Yes. So you need to get out of those self-defeating cycles and self-defeating patterns in your area of love. This is for every mother. She's single, married, divorced, separated, doesn't matter. Just come and just find your healing and your wholeness in that space, so that you're showing up as a person who's whole and is able to recognize love. Is there an age limit? No. It's about the extent to which you allow yourself to live in full self-expression of who Mwikali is. Yeah. But are you scared of your own power? Are you afraid that you'll be called too much? Is there an age limit? The oldest woman who's done Alabastron was 78 years old. Now she must be about 83. And at 78, she got her significance. She's like, wait. I'm not yet dead, I'm alive.
78?
Yes.
Most people give up after 50.
But because that's what society has made you believe. That after 50 as a woman, there's no more value for you, because it's like men's value appreciate with age and women's value depreciate with age. So that's not correct. That's not accurate. So there's no age limit into finding your significance. Your other question was, what holds women back, right? Yeah. Most of it has to do with the stereotypical beliefs, collective beliefs that are imposed upon women by society. Like you're told as a woman, so we keep measuring ourselves against those beliefs. Like for example, a good woman should be soft spoken, should never raise her voice.
I do not fall into that category.
You know,
You had my voice.
A good woman should never. You may say that, but let me tell you, Mwikali.
Yeah.
You'll find that you're a very assertive woman, and you can be even loud in public spaces. But where it matters most to you, in your most intimate of spaces, or in where you need, let's say, to negotiate for a salary increment or performance management or performance appraisal, you find yourself even almost breaking down into tears, because that's where your voice counts.
Yeah.
So you may express yourself where your voice doesn't matter. That's why you'll be loud on the road and, you know, exchanging, not you, but some people, you know, you're in the restaurant, you're the one who's shouting the loudest. That one has taken so long. But in your intimate space, you're like, goo goo gaga gaga. I was just saying, I meant, okay? So it's because it's something that tells you to be accepted as a woman. You need to be, to just diminish who you are. You need to not be so assertive. You need to be soft-spoken. Don't be so aggressive. If you express yourself, you're too much. Don't look like you know too much. Where have you been and who have you been with? You know, you have to play a bit dumb, like a damsel in distress, so it can be rescued. So you have, then there's a friend of mine who says, then why were you educated so much? What was all that for? Okay? So it's about rising above those beliefs, and more so, what have you believed for yourself as Mwikali?
This also raises another concern that we've had over the recent couple of years, that the boy child has been neglected. So a number of very high-profile women have been caught on camera saying, you know, there's no boy for me, they're not man enough because they were left when they were empowering the woman and stuff like that. What would you say about that, Laimani?
I don't agree. I think for me, we are standing up for every child. I have never come across a mother who says, I'll only be able to stand up for my girl child, and I want this boy to sit and not eat anything and not be taken to school and stuff like that. I think what has happened is that the girl child programs have been given more limelight, more publicity, but I don't think that anyone is taking the power away from the boy and saying, no, you have been so empowered for too long, you're taking your power, I want to give it to the girls. No, you cannot do that. No. It's about saying to every human being, you're saying to the girls, you too can activate your own power, but it's not at the disadvantage of the boy child over another. So I do not think that the boy children are neglected, but the most amazing thing, the people who say these things sometimes are the men. They come to me and tell me, Laimani, you're doing all this work with women. What about our boys? What about the boys? And I'm like, but you are the ones the boys are looking up to. I'm doing what I can with the girls and the women. You need to do what you can with the young boys as well.
True.
But I don't treat my nephews any different from the way I treat my nieces.
Are there ways or programs that you've created to get to her?
Okay. Mwikali, say hi to me in your mother tongue.
I have two, so I'm just going to floss. I'm going to... Wacha. Then you say, no, that's...
No. Okay.
That depends. That depends. If you're older, then you're the one to say hi to me.
Okay.
The other one is, Horoaku.
Okay. Tomorrow.
There you go.
Okay. So you see, I work with urban women, and we have come from very different, diverse backgrounds. We have come from across this country, and possibly some women who come from other parts of the continent. I have women who've done Labason who are from South Africa, from Zim, from wherever. So my thing is, let me equip you. Then use your own understanding of your own culture and the women in your community, because you understand them better. Go and translate what I've taught you and what you've gotten from this program. Go and equip them. I will facilitate that for you if you need to, like, use the manual and you want to translate it. We'll do that for you. But I think that will be much more effective, because I am limited because I can only speak one language or two.
That's true.
But when we have a class full of, say, 100 women, those are possibly about 40 to 48 47 counties represented in that one sitting.
Yeah.
So that's a strategy.
I think you're actually creating ambassadors.
For me, my focus is you first. You know,
Okay.
your relationship with you as Mwikali. Who are you? What are your values? What's your substance? What's your purpose? What's your significance? And then how do you show up in relationship with your finances? Because it's the same person. I always say if you struggle with time and showing up in time, that's an integrity issue with yourself, and therefore you struggle with money, because it's the same thing. If you're casual about time, you'll be a casualty in your finances.
What are those takeaway that we can go with today from the end, like by the time we get to the end of the show?
Yeah. You know, as you ask that question, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what do I tell you? You know, I'm sure people who've done Alabastron who are watching me right now, they're thinking, they're like, let's see how Laimani answer that question. Because, and not because we have sort of said we're not going to tell what happens. It's because the experience is so personal.
Okay.
Because it's not about telling you, Mwikali, we don't give advice. We don't tell you, go and this is what you need to do.
Okay.
Like, for example, even if I was to say, Mwikali, you need to have boundaries.
Okay.
But I cannot set those boundaries for you because I don't know the people in your life. I don't know your what are they called? Your boss. I don't know your parents. I don't know anyone. So I can't tell you how to set boundaries with those people.
No.
But one of the sessions that we cover in Alabastron is how to set healthy boundaries and be able to stand by them. Because women set paper boundaries.
Oh, yes.
They set boundaries and then they remove them. They get peperushed when the storms come, you know, and the boundary is gone. So it's how do I set up boundaries and stand by them? One of the things that we hear people think they got out of Alabastron is learning in a very practical way how to let go. Because you're told, let go and move on. Get on with their life.
How difficult is that, though,
It's not. It's not.
It's not difficult.
We demystify it for you in Alabastron because, number one, you even need to know what you're letting go of and what you're letting in.
All right.
Most people don't know what they are letting in. They know what to let. They're thinking, I'm done with this guy. It's done. But what are you letting in? Yeah. Okay? What are you allowing into that space? Because if you don't allow anything, you reach out to the same type of a person that you had. If you don't let go, for example, if you're even transitioning, say, jobs, which you're not because you're here recording this program with me.
No, I'm not.
But so what happens if you're not clear about why you're living here and what you're detaching from and what you need to attach yourself to? Again, what happens? You'll go and attach yourself to what is familiar. So again, that job will be exciting the first few months. After a few months, you're like, same old. That's why
they say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
You talked about letting go. That's also the same process of, when you forget, you sort of like let go.
No. Mwikali, you will, unless you suffer from a challenging mental disease or something, which that would be very sad and unfortunate. And the people who are fighting those mental situations, you will never forget the things that have gone through in your life.
Oh, no, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
We can forgive, forget is...
Because when you write your memoir, how will you write when you forgot? How? Yes. You won't.
We are not forgetting.
But it's about the emotions that come with it when you remember those experiences.
Yeah.
Are you still angry? Are you still hurting?
Yeah.
Are you still ashamed? Are you still carrying the guilt? Are you still bitter? That's what will help you to untie yourself from and deal with, so that you're free, even as you remember those events.
Goodness! That is juice. I need to see where the magic happens. Told me you have a class, and it's in the same building as we are.
Yes.
We're not leaving this here, are we?
Well, no. How? Yeah, let me take you to class so I can be able to have a look. Hey, and now that you're going to class, I need to show you something. This is the manual.
Renewing Self, a personal safari.
Yeah.
Laimani Bidali.
Yes.
It's a book, just the manual.
It's a manual. It is a manual to guide you or to be a companion during this process.
All right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. A woman's inner life and the renewal process.
A woman's inner life, Mikali, not a woman's show of life.
It's not what
Not
you
a woman what you're showing to others.
No.
Not the makeup. It's who do you go home to? Yeah. And how do you renew that inner life? That's what it's about. So you wanna cover it?
Yes,
Come and experience the class.
Let me see where the magic happens.
Yeah.
So I think guys need to just make sure they be part of this, to just change yourself. How can people get in touch with you for classes, and when are the classes due? Is there one going on right now?
Yeah, we have a class that is starting, actually I think this coming Saturday. So what they need to, for the information, they can go to our website. It's a very informative website. It has stories of women, journeys of women, www.alabastron.org. They can also find us on Facebook, Alabastron Network Trust. That's who we are on Facebook.
Great.
Or they can follow me also, Laimani Bidali. I'm also on Facebook too.
Oh,
And yeah.
Is there a number?
Yeah, 0719 504 104. That is 0719 504 104. When they call that number, they'll get all the guidance that they need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Your eyes sparkle.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. It must be the Laimani. It's the Laimani effect that's going on here.
From a minute, I was like,
Yeah, there's a sparkle in there. Thank you so much for lightening up my life today.
Thank you so much.
It's been life-changing, and thank you so much for
Wow.
that. And you're doing an amazing job with the women of Kenya.
Yeah.
And the women of the world, actually. Just in New Zealand. Just dropping over here. Philip's here. Philip's here. Thank you so much. So if you've been watching the show, I've been talking to Laimani Bidali of Faith. Wow, that's a beautiful name. And I hope you've taken some notes, some pointers. If you need more of this, you know how to get in touch with her. Alabastron is the name to look out for. Just the last quote. No, this sounds like nasoma msemo wa mwisho before I go, But then again, mira in my past. Remember, a healthy self-esteem is made up of small, invisible choices with visible effects. So what you do might not be seen. What you struggle with may not be seen. But then again, there's how you flourish. That will definitely come to light. We love you guys. This has been Motivate. I've had an amazing time. We're taking a very short commercial break to Kirudi. We have Katumangi on Books and Blogs. We've got Beyond the Sport and The Kitchen. But remember, tell us, what mantra philosophies do you live by? And I did not get to ask you that. Do you want to tell us before I let you go?
What philosophy do I live?
Yeah.
There's enough for everybody. And so you need to be secure in who you are. I believe in abundance. Abundance.
There's enough for everyone. There you have it. So what mantra philosophy do you live by? Let us know. The hashtag is KTN, Life and Style. We'll be right back.
When it comes to changing how a person is, it begins from how he is in his heart than how he is in his environment.